Kiaorana. Ta-a-a-a, di-i-i-i, ki-i-i-i, na-a-a-a, to-o-o-o, ta-a-a, di-i-i, ki-i-i, na-a-a, to-o-o, ta-a, di-i-i, ki-i, na-a, to-o, Thadhi-kinathom, Thadhi-kinathom, tanga, tanga, Thadhi-kinathom, Thadhi-kinathom, tanga, tanga, Thadhi-kinathom, 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 Thadhi. Welcome to today's episode of Konnakol 2020, the video series in which every day of the year I show you something about Konnakol, that is the art and science behind the vocal percussion tradition of South India. I am Carlitos from Slovenia and today is July the 22nd. And we are continuing our series of Abhiprayams that focus on different phrase lengths. That is a series that we started back in episode 201, which means that today is the fourth entry into a series of 8 episodes. Today we are focusing on the phrase for 6 beats, which is Thadhi-kinathom. So, as you should know, or as you might know, this is a phrase that has a dash in between, like a silence in between, so it can be trickier than other phrases. And I'm not going to explain too much about the structure of the Abhiprayam itself, because that is something that I have done already back in episode 201. So if you like, you are welcome to go to that episode and see it at your own time, because there are some interesting characteristics of this Abhiprayam series that you might like to go check again. Our number for today is 6, which means that everything we are doing is the phrase for 6, Thadhi-kinathom, and variations of it, extensions of it. And when we apply our formula in X's here to the value of 6, we get these numbers that you see: 54, 42, 30, 18, and then 6, 6 gap, 6, 6, 6 gap, and 6, 6, 6. You see, they are all multiples of 6, as I said before. And in terms of how we're going to perform them, again, our main feature here, our main phrase is Thadhi-kinathom. That is how we play the 6. But the 18, we are extending each of the syllables, including the dash, so that each lasts 3 beats. That's the terminology you see here, that 6/3. So it sounds like this: Thadhi-kinathom. So we are extending the E sound, the letter I, so that we know where we are. Otherwise, you'd have to recite that silence as nothing really, and that would not sound good. The next number is 30, which is nothing but 6/5. In other words, ta-a, di-i, i-i, ki-i, na-a, to-o. So that had a value of 30, a length of 30 beats. And the next one after that has a value of 42, because it is 6 times 7, or 6/7, which is ta-a, di-i, i-i, ki-i, na-a, to-o. So each and every one of them lasts 7. And the very last one is 54, which is, of course, 6/9. And it sounds like this: ta-a, di-i, i-i, ki-i, na-a, to-o. So you need to be especially careful when you get to the third beat, which is i in this particular case. So because there are a lot of similar sounding, identical sounding sounds, right? Because we have a lot of e, and then you have a key there. So if you just approach this with a system and without rushing it, I'm sure you'll manage to do it, because that is what happened to me after all. And finally, before I forget, the phrase for a 6 gap, which is between brackets, the 6 between brackets, we are going to perform it as tanga tanga. And while the numbers should be all you need in order to practice this, some people, myself included, let's say my past self included, needed the transcription, and that is why it is here. So you can see without any doubt where each phrase starts and ends. And you will also notice that the number of cycles of avartanams is also 6. That is typical characteristics of these Abhiprayams, these exercises, that if your phrase has 6 beats, then the number of avartanams are also going to be 6. And of course, that changes according to the number of beats in your main phrase. One last thing, as always, as I recite this, I will highlight in red where we are, so it'll be easier for you to follow and get ready for what comes next. So if you want, you are now welcome to hit the pause button and try to learn this on your own, because now I'm going to recite this at a slower tempo. So whenever you are ready, let's do this. Taka dimi taka junu, taka dimi taka junu, ta a dhi-i i ki-i na to-o ta dhi-i ki-i na to-o ta dhi-i ki-i na to-o Thadhi-kinathom, Thadhi-kinathom, tang, Thadhi-kinathom, Thadhi-kinathom, tang, Thadhi-kinathom, 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 tang. So that's it. I hope you were able to follow along. Let me know what you think about this series or anything else really using the YouTube, Instagram and Facebook comments, because I always like receiving feedback. And if you want to make your feedback private, you are also welcome to contact me over my social networks over here. Thanks a lot for watching. I have been Carlitos from Slovenia, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.